So, good afternoon. Today we came to our plumbing online class day 18. So, uh, you were saying that last 10 or 15 minutes video was not, displayed on the screen. That video was not, that is not a video, like that was Excel sheet only, how to calculate the septic tank design by Excel sheet. I was taking that class only. So when I was going doing that, recorded videos, I saw that it was blank. Okay, so I will take that once more. How to find out the septic tank sizing by using Excel sheet. Okay, I will try to share it, and you have to say that whether you are able to see it or not. Okay, so share my screen. So I will be taking last day's topic once more only. Last day's topic in the sense how to find out the septic tank size by using two methods: water supply method and fixture discharge method. Two methods. Okay, and today we will be, after that we'll be dealing with a topic called a sock pit. Sock pit, and its sizing also. Okay, so let's I will share my screen. So initially we can see the septic tank designing. So are you able to see the Excel sheet? I have already shared the Excel sheet. Can you see the Excel sheet like this? Septic tank water supply method, septic tank fixer discharge method. Can you see this? Yes, you can see. Yeah. Okay. So this is the same Excel sheet that I have given you before. I have taken classes with this Excel sheet before itself, like fountain. We can go here and we can see fountain. Okay, this fountain. Okay, water supply, pump capacity. All these things are involved in one Excel sheet itself. Okay, so here you can see septic tank size. So last day we were dealing with finding out the septic tank design by these two methods by manually. By manually, we have already seen this. Okay, so now when coming to Excel sheet, you just need to give only the values. Okay, which is shown in this yellow. Okay, wherever this yellow mark is being shown, there you just give the values. Automatically you'll be getting the capacity of the septic tank as well as the length, width and depth. Okay, so let's see. First we can see, you can use any two methods. Okay, so first you see septic tank by water supply method. Septic tank by water supply method. So first one, septic tank by water supply method, and you can see here you can give the number of people here according to your project. You can give the number of people. Okay, so if it's a small residence, you can give people of six numbers or 8 numbers or 10 numbers, like that. Okay, you can't hear my voice now. Can you hear? Okay, so this number of people, you just need to give only the value which is shown in yellow. Rest everything it's constant values only, and this is being taken for 1 year only, 1 year storage only. Okay, which means that desludging number of days is 1 year. Here they have taken 365 days. You cannot change here because it has been freezed here. Okay, so this is, you are trying to design the septic tank for 1 year only. Desludging period is 1 year. Okay, but depending upon that only we are trying to design our septic tank. So here what you have to give is that you have to give only two inputs. One is the number of people and next is the rate of water supply per person per day. Okay, the number of people you will be getting from the project that you are handling. If it is a big apartment or a big flat, the number of people will increase. Correct. Okay, if it is a villa, according to the number of houses, the number of people increase. If it is just a small residence, depending upon the number of toilets or number of bedrooms, we can calculate how much number of people can be there. If you get a project as an auditorium, okay, you can know the number of people by counting the seats, the seat. Okay, how many seats are there? Depending upon that, you can give the number here. Okay, so this number will change according to the application, according to the project that you will receive. Okay, now for example, here I am giving for example, here I am giving 50 people. Okay, just imagine if I am giving 50 people here. Okay, 50 people. Next, the rate of water supply per person per day. From where you will be getting this value is that you will be getting this value from the NBC, National Building Code. Okay, in National Building Code, when we are trying to find out, I will show you that. So depending upon the, I think you can see this, right? Depending upon the National Building Code, these are the different types of buildings or different types of applications. Okay, so here it is given as domestic purpose as well as flushing purpose is also there. To the septic tank, only the flushing is being given. Correct. Flushing means the waste and the water that is coming from the water closet is being discharged into the septic tank. All other water will be discharged into the wastewater pit or soak pit only. Okay, so when you look into the NBC, you have to take only this flushing. How much liters per head is been given here, because that much only will be coming to the septic tank. Okay, so if you are taking, for example, hostels, what will be the, what will be the rate of water supply per person per day will be 45, because it is 45 here. You can see here 45. Okay, here it is 45. For example, if you are taking a hospital, if your project is a hospital, and you can choose the number of beds not exceeding 100. Okay, if the number of beds or the quantity or the number of beds, okay, is not exceeding 100, if it is less than 100, the flushing per day is 110. According to NBC, it is 110 per head. So here you have to give what? If it is a hostel or if it is a hospital of less than 100 beds, you have to give here the rate of water supply per person per day is 110. You understood what I'm saying? So number of people you can give it, or you can ask the client or the architect how much people are there in your, or how much people are you trying to accommodate in your particular project or particular residence or whatever it might be. They will be giving the number, or we can calculate also if they have given the number of seats, etc. Okay, now the second one is that the rate of water supply per person per day you will be getting from National Building Code of India. So this is the National Building Code of India. Depending upon the type of building, you can choose. You don't want to choose domestic per day per liter. You can choose only flushing. This number is enough. Why? Because only the water from this flushing will be reaching the septic tank. That's why we are choosing this. So there will be in NBC separately, it will be given one for domestic, one for flushing, and one for total consumption, which means the addition of this both will be the total. Okay, so here you can take this flushing. Okay, why? Because I am saying once more, because the water that is from the water closet only will be reaching to the septic tank. Rest water will be reaching to the soak pit or wastewater pit only. Okay, that's why we are taking this value. You don't want to take this value, or you don't want to take the total consumption. Okay, you want to take only the flushing values. Okay, so give that value, and you can see desludging number of days is 365. It's taken for 1 year. Detention time, it is constant 1.5 they have given. Sludging production in liter per capita per day 0.15, that is also constant. And the formula is T into P into Q divided by 1000 plus S into D into P divided by 1000. This is the formula used, and here you can automatically get the capacity here. See, 11 meter cube is the capacity. Length is 4.81 and width is 2.4. You can see it is the double of the length. Okay, length is double of the width. Sorry, length is double of the width. Okay, and you can see depth here. So you can change maximum depth. It is 2 meter, right? So if you want to give 1.5 meter, also no problem. If you are giving 1.5 meter here, according to that, this also will change. is 4 here and 2.1 here. So if you are giving 1.6, it will be 4.03 and 2.02. You can write as 4 into 2 into 1.6. Okay, so you can see here the length of the inlet first compartment is 2.69 meter. The length of the second compartment is 1.34 meter. That is also given. If it is a two part, it is less than 4, right? It is almost 4. So there are two compartments. So one compartment length is 2.69 and another compartment length is 1.34 meter. So the formula 2 by 3 into length and 1 by 3 into length. So this is the water septic tank designing by water supply method. Okay, it's very easy. Just give the values here, number of people and the rate of water supply per person per day. Okay, or liter per capita per day also you can call it, which means that how many liters of water a person is been using for flushing purpose. Okay, that's the meaning of it. So easily you can find it out, this answer. Now coming to the septic tank fixture discharge method, you need to give the number of people here. Okay, you have to give number of people. If, for example, if I'm giving 100 people here, or 100 not, if I'm giving 20 people here or 25 people here. Okay, and I can give the number of water closets. For example, I am giving 5 and wash basin. Sorry, 5. 25 people now. So I am giving just water closet 15, wash basin 15, sink I am giving 2, shower I am giving 15. Okay, or I am giving 10, for example. Okay, so I'll be getting see these things. These are the notes that we have already did for finding out the septic tank design by manually. These notes we have already used. Okay, so all these values automatically will be given by this Excel sheet itself. Okay, you don't want to change anything. You have to just give the values in this, depending upon the water closet, how many numbers you can give it here. Okay, and depending upon this, you will be getting 10.2 meter cube is the septic tank capacity. Length is given here, width is given here, depth is given here. Inlet compartment length is given, out second compartment length is also given. So just give the values depending upon the fixture unit method, fixture discharge method. Give the number of fixtures or its quantities of fixtures and give the number of people. It will calculate and you will be getting the septic tank size. Okay, that's all for septic tank size by using Excel sheet. So is there any doubt regarding this? It's very easy now. Just give the values, just give the numbers, that's it. Okay, now today we are going to deal with another topic called as sock pit designing. Okay, sock pit designing. Okay, sock pit designing means you can call it as wastewater pit also, where the wastewater will be collected and that will be stored in a pit. That the speciality of that pit should be it should be easy to absorb the water easily, or it should be able to soak the water easily. Okay, so the construction of the sock pit will be by a different material only, like a brick bats or rabble or etc. like that. Okay, so that we are trying to soak the or absorb the water which is coming into the sock pit so easily, and we are distributing through the soil. Okay, so while doing the or while constructing or while knowing the dimension of the sock pit or wastewater pit, we have to see the percolation test. We will be doing some percolation test also, because we need to know how the type of soil and its absorption rate. Okay, we need to know the absorption rate of that particular soil, because this is called a sock pit only. Because we need to know the ability of the soil to absorb the water. Okay, so we need to do some percolation test also. So today we will be dealing with sock pit. Sock pit is a pit where the wastewater will be other than the soil waste or the waste that is coming from the septic tank. Septic tank in the sense the waste that is coming into the septic tank. Other than that, or the waste that is coming from the water closet. Other than except that, all other water can be captured and stored in the sock pit. Okay. So today we are going to deal with sock pit only. So after septic tank also we'll be having a sock pit. That is also called a sock pit only, or the wastewater from all other areas. That water is also collected inside the sock pit only. Okay, so this both are same only. That is also called as wastewater pit, or you can call it as sock pit also. That is not an issue. Both are same. Okay, so there will be a sock pit after a septic tank also, that I have already explained in the last class. The overflow of the septic tank will be given to the sock pit only. From there, it will absorb and it will settle inside the soil. Okay, so this is called, so after septic tank there's a soak away pit, and the land should have the ability to soak the water. Okay, the land should be, or the soil should be having the ability to soak the water or to absorb the water that is coming into that particular pit. Okay, so just imagine, and it says that it should have at least 1 meter difference between the invert level of the invert level means the below level of the outer of below invert level of the you know uh, pipe. Okay, pipe in the sense, outer pipe. There is an inlet pipe and outlet pipe is there. Okay, after outlet pipe only you will be having a soak away pit. So at least there should be 1 meter difference below the outlet pipe of the septic tank. Okay, so there should be 1 meter difference should be there. Okay, if you are constructing a soak away pit. So let's see. Okay, this is called as a soak pit, and let's see how the soak pit is been constructed. Okay, so this will be made up of dry brickwork only, dry brickwork. Okay, and you can fill this uh, this sock pit with rabi or brick bats or something like that, which helps to soak away. Okay, which helps in soaking the water. So you can fill it with this, or you can keep it vacant also. That is not a problem. Okay, if you want to fill it with this with some rabies or some things which helps to soak away, you can do this, or without this also it is acceptable. Now this is the incoming effluent from the septic tank. Okay, or sewage waste. Okay, both can be there. Okay, so this is the water that is coming from the septic tank or from the waste area. Okay, and you should have a air vent. There should be an air vent. This is a 12 centimeter thick RCC cover slab or reinforced concrete cover slab, and this depth may vary according to the invert level, according to the slope of this pipe. Okay, from the ground level this depth can vary. If the slope is more, okay, this depth will increase. Okay, so there should be a 0.25 meter or 250 mm thickness of the brick should be normally that much thick. Okay, so this is a very this is the section view of soak away pit. Okay, so just see this for 1 minute. If you have any doubt, we can ask me. So when we are trying to give a project, we should draw this also. Okay, this section view. When we are trying to give section view to the client, this section view of soak away pit, septic tank, everything has to be given to them. Let's see. So is there any doubt in this? This is just a simple diagram. Okay, this is a pit. Normally it will be 2.3 meter. Okay, right. The width will be normally 2.5 meter only. Okay, so let's see what else about the description of it. Okay, so the plan view will be like this. Okay, it will be a square shape, or it can be a circular also. It will be a square shape, 2.5 meter, 2.5 meter, etc. Okay, this is the inlet pipe. Okay, So now coming to the soakaway pit. Let's see. Soakaway pits are used for disposing effluent discharge from septic tank. Okay, and the pit can be circular or square in shape. You can give both circular or square in shape. It is provided. It is provided at a minimum depth of 1 meter below the invert level of outlet of the septic tank. So this is what I was saying, that it is provided that a minimum depth of 1 meter below the invert level of the outlet of septic tank, which means you know, imagine this is the outlet pipe, this is the invert level. So minimum, you should have a minimum of 1 meter difference between the outlet of the septic tank to the soakaway pit top. Okay, that's what it means. It is provided at a minimum depth of 1 meter below the invert level of the outlet of the septic tank. If water or water layer or table, okay, water table, if you are digging the earth where the water, if you are seeing that water after 3 meters, that is the water table. Okay, so if the water layer or water table is sufficiently below and the soil is porous, soakaway pits are permitted. So when you are trying to give a soakaway pit in a particular area, the soil should be porous, okay, or it should be have the ability to absorb the water, as well as water table should be sufficiently below, okay, because otherwise what happens, it will directly mix with the water. You understood? So the water table should be below the bottom of the soak pit. Okay, it should be more below the bottom of the soak pit. This is what happens. This water as well as this wastewater gets mixed up, and it will affect our drinking water also. Okay, so in that case only the soakaway pits are permitted. Okay, if such things are not applicable in a particular location, we will be shifting the soakaway pit to some other, not shifting, we'll be changing the soakaway pits to some dispersion trench like that. Okay, that will be studying in the next class. Okay, so it shall be constructed by, now the pit is covered with slab and top raised above the adjacent ground level. So the top portion of the soakaway pit is covered with a concrete slab only, and it is been raised above the ground level, just adjacent above the ground level. And now the soakaway pit shall be constructed by loose joined rubble or brick. Okay, it can be filled with a rubble or brick or unfilled. Okay, so the construction is being by the loose joined brick or rubble. Okay, it's a material. Okay, and it can be filled with rubble or brick, or it can be unfilled also. Okay, so what it means is that this is made up of brick. Okay, here you can just fill it with brick or rubble. Okay, if it is unfilled also, no issue. If more quantity of effluent is to be disposed, percolation trenches are to be adopted. If there are more quantities of effluent, if more water has been coming, okay, into a or your project is very large, okay, more amount of water is being discharged from the toilets. So in that case, constructing a big soakaway pit is not practical. So you have to give another option called as percolation trench is being used. Percolation trench is being used. So percolation trench we'll be studying in the coming class. Okay. So today we are dealing with soakaway pit only. Now this is the table depending upon the percolation rate, depending upon the minute. Okay, I will show you the another one. This is the same thing. This both are same. This is table 7C, application of rate of subsurface disposal as per steel. Like now, percolation rate is given here, and the maximum rate of water application in liter per meter square per day is also given. So here, percolation rate is given. Okay, and percolation rate means the ability of the soil to absorb the water. Okay, that is called as percolation rate. So it is here the time is given. So what is this time denotes is that the time taken for water to fall 25 mm in minutes. So so if the water level is this much, okay, and after 20, how much time it takes to reach or come below 25 mm. Okay, if the water table is in 10 centimeter, imagine. Okay, how much time it took to reach less than 25 mm. Okay, that is a meaning of this. This 25 mm can be reduced. That level can be reduced within 1 minute or less than 1 minute, or it can take 2 minutes, or it can take 3 minutes, even it can take 1 hour, depending upon the type of the soil. Okay, depending upon the absorption of the soil. If it is very highly, it absorbs the water. You can take it like this. If less than 1 minute, if it is less than 1 minute, if you want to go to the site and you have to test it. Okay, I will show you how to test all those things. So, and if you are seeing that 25 mm is reducing within 1 minute, that water level is reducing within 1 minute, the maximum rate of water application in liter per meter square day is, and the percolation rate is 204 meter square per liter in a day. Okay, if it is going below 25 mm, or if it is attaining 25 mm in 2 minutes, the maximum rate of water is 143 liter per meter square per day. Okay, if it takes 10 minutes, 65 is the percolation rate. Okay, if it takes 30 minutes to bring the water fall to 25 mm, its percolation rate is 37. Okay, so this changes according to the type of soil. Okay, and if 25 mm, if the water table or water level took more than 1 hour to come down to 25 mm waterfall, it is not suitable for percolation. Okay, you have to uh, consider underground filter. You have to use another method like dispersion trench or something like that, which means that it is not suitable for percolation because it is not percolating. Okay, even 25 mm is not percolating. So if it is not percolating, what happens if you are putting the water, everyday water is coming into the soak pit, right? So what happens, it will overflow and it will spread across your area. So if it is not percolating, you cannot give a soak pit over there. So if in the case, if sometimes if in a project, if you didn't get the you know percolation rate by the client as a normal value, you can take, in the absence of the field data, a percolation rate between 20 liter per meter square per day to 30 liter per meter square per day can be assumed. Okay, if the soil is sufficiently porous in nature, such as sand, gravel, or chalk. So if you didn't get the percolation rate, okay, if you didn't get the percolation rate, so you can assume between 20 and 30. You can assume between 20 and 30 liter per day. Okay, per meter square per day. Now, yeah, now coming to the percolation, how to do the percolation. Okay, so the area of the land required for soak pit is calculated by percolation test conducted at site. So details of the test. So how you need to find out the, so now we are trying to find out the percolation rate only. Depending upon the percolation rate only, we will be finding out the dimension of the septic soak pit. Okay, and if the percolation rate is going beyond, it takes more than 1 hour, it takes more than 60 minutes, we can conclude that soak pit is not possible there. Okay, so this percolation test is very important. Okay, so let's see how, if you are going also, you can do percolation test. Okay, let's see how to do it. Okay, excavate a square hole. Excavate a square hole of 300 mm to a depth of 250 mm. So make a square hole of 300 mm width and a depth of 250 mm below the proposed invert level. Okay, below the proposed invert level. Okay, fill with the water at 250 mm. Now you have to fill the water with this 250 mm and allow seeping away overnight. So you just allow it to seep away overnight. Okay, next day refill it water for a depth of 250 mm. So the next day what you have to do is that again you have to fill that Okay, that hole with completely, okay, 250 ml, and observe time in seconds for the water to seep away completely or partially. Now we have to check the time, okay, how much time it takes to, the water flow to come down or the water level to come down. Okay, with respect to that only we will be finding out the percolation rate. Okay, so water seepage in 1 minute is equal to the depth divided by time taken. How much depth it is coming down with respect to that time is the water seepage. Okay, so we can just see an example. Okay, compute a time drop of 25 mm from the table 7C, and 7C is this one only. Okay, 25 mm. Okay, depending upon 25 mm, this is the percolation rate that we have found. Now compute a time for a drop of 25 mm from the table 7C and find the rate of percolation for the obtained time. Okay, so here it's a normal time is given 1 minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 4 minutes. So according to our project, we are going to see how much is the time taken normally in that project, how much time it took, okay, for 25 mm to come down. Okay, and from that we will be trying to find out the percolation rate. So here, if it is 1 minute or less, correctly it is 204. If it is 2 minutes, if it took 2 minutes for 25 mm to come down, it is 143. So similarly in our project, we will be calculating how much minute it takes for 25 mm to come down. So some days it might be 12 minutes, some days it will be 13 minutes. So if 10 minutes it is 65 and 15 minutes it is 53, we are going to calculate for 12 minutes. If it is 12 minutes, the population rate, we are going to find it for 12 minutes. So we need to find out the time taken. So for that time taken only, we are going to see the test. Okay. So see, the rate of percolation is noted in liter per meter square per day. So we have to take three pits. Okay, don't take one pit. We have to take 3 pits at 3 different locations. Okay, and you have to take excavate a square hole of 300 mm to a depth of 250 mm. All the dimensions will be same, but you have to take 3 different pits at your location where you are trying to give a soft pit. So the time level of water. Okay, for example, you have dig the well, dig the pit of 300 mm and a depth of 250 mm. You have filled the water and you have allowed for seeping for overnight. Then the next day you came and you have again filled that 250 mm. Okay, hole. Now you are going to see how much time it takes or how much level it came down. Okay, so in the pit one, for example, you came at 7:20 a.m. Okay, the height was or the invert level was 16.7 centimeter from the top. If you are measuring, if it was 16.7 centimeter, again after some time, after 1 hour, you go and see, and you see that the depth become 21 centimeter. The water level again become down. After 10 o'clock, you have seen that again it came down and it came to 27.2 centimeter. The time level of water. The level of water again becomes 27.2 at 10 a.m. The same way you go to the pit 2 at 7:30 a.m. and you have found that it is 16 centimeter. 16 centimeter. After 8:20, when you watch at 8:21, you see it is 20 centimeter. After 10 o'clock, you have seen it is 16.6 centimeter. The same way, pitch 3, you are going to pick 3, 7:50, you found that it is 21.2 centimeter. At 8:21, you see it is 24.2 centimeter. At 10:02 a.m., you found that the depth is 30.6 centimeter. So this is the collected data that you got after the test. Okay, this is the time level of water that you got while you are researching or while you are finding it out. Okay, so this is the time interval that you got. Okay, so now this is the way to find out the calculation rate. Now we are going to do a question. Now we are going to solve a question. Okay, now we are going to solve a question. Now, calculate the dimension of septic tank. So this is asked for a septic tank and software pit only. So we can focus on software pit. Okay, so a question will be there for software pit also. Let's see. Same question. We can use same question, but we are not trying to find out the septic tank because we have already found out the size of the septic tank yesterday. So I am going to read the question. Calculate the dimension of the septic tank and calculate it for disposing domestic sewage from a small community of 20 people. So the number of people is given as 20. Per capita water supply is 10 liters per day. So the water consumption is also, or water consumption is also given as 100 liters per day per capita. Okay, or 100 liters per day per person. Calculate the percolation test conducted at site is provided a size pitch of 300 mm into 300 mm. So the same size pitch 300 mm into 300 mm. Okay, is the pitch that we need to do. Okay, so here two values is being given. One is the number of people is given. The second one is the water consumption is given. Okay, so we have asked to find out the dimension of the septic tank. Septic tank we have already found out yesterday. Okay, so today I am not dealing with septic tank. You know how to find out the size of the septic tank. We are going to find out the size of the sockaway pitch. We are going to find out the dimension of sockaway pitch. So that I am going forward. Now coming to sockaway pitch, you can see here. First thing that you have to do is that you have to find out the percolation test. Okay, percolation test. You have to dig 3 pits of 300 mm and 250 mm depth. You have to fill the water, keep away for overnight. Then again you have to fill the water. Then you are going to see the water level and time taken. Okay. So let's see percolation rate of sockaway from the supply data. So the time taken for percolation at 10 a.m. to 7:20 a.m. it was 160 minutes. So let's see. Go back. Okay. From 7:20 to 10 a.m. Okay, 7:20 to 10 a.m. It was how much minutes? It is 160 minutes. Okay, 10 a.m. to 7:20 a.m. means the difference of the time is 160 minutes because 1 hour is 60 minutes. Okay, 7:20, 8:20, 8:20 means 1 hour. Okay. 9:20 means 2 hours. So 60 plus 60, 120. So 920 plus 80. 920 plus 80 is 10. Correct? 920 plus 80 is 10. So how much it will be? Is it 160? Is it 160 minutes? Is it 80? 160? It is 160, right? So 10 a.m. minus 7:20 a.m. it will be how much? How much hours will be there? 1 hour, sorry, 2 hours 40 minutes. Correct. 2 hours 40 minutes. So 1 hour is 60, 2 hours is 120. So 120 plus 40 is equal to 160 minutes. Okay, we'll be having 160 minutes. Okay. So water level difference will be how much? 16.7 to 27.2. 16.7 to 27.2. 105 mm. 105 mm is the water level difference and the time difference is 160 minutes. So the percolation rate will be water level difference divided by time taken, which will be 105 divided by 160. We'll be getting 0.656 mm per minute is the percolation rate in pit number 1. Now the same way pit number 2 at 10 a.m. to 7:30 a.m. You can see here 10.1 a.m. to 7:30 a.m. Initially it was 16, it came to 26.6. So 10:1 a.m. minus 7:30 a.m. it is 151 minutes. Water level difference will be 26.6 minus 16 equal to 106 mm. In pit 2, the percolation rate is 0.702 mm per minute. Now in pit 3, time for percolation from 10:02 a.m. to 7:50 a.m. It is 132 minutes, and the water level difference is 30.6 to 21.2. 30.6 to 21.2. It is 94 mm. So if you are dividing 94 divided by 132, how much you will be getting? The answer is not written here. We are dividing 94 divided by 132. 94 divided by 132, how much you will be getting? 0.712 is the percolation rate. 0.712 is the percolation rate. 0.712 mm per minute is the percolation rate in the pit 3. So we have found pit 1, pit 2, pit 3. So which pit we will be choosing is the minimum percolation rate we will be choosing. The minimum percolation rate will be choosing from the 3 pits. So here the minimum percolation rate will be here 0.712, here 0.702, here 0.656. So we can take this one. We can take the minimum percolation rate. Okay. So pit 1 0.65, 0.70, 0.71. So select the least value. Select the least value, that is 0.656 mm per minute. For calculating the ratio of percolation, for table 7C, evaluate the time taken for pouring water of level for 25 mm at the rate of 0.656 mm per minute. So you got the percolation rate for 3 pits. So we have chosen the minimum percolation rate. We have chosen the minimum percolation rate. So we are going to find out for 25 mm at the rate of 0.656 mm how much time it takes. How much time it took to water to come below 25 mm. How much time it took. Okay, with respect to 0.656 mm per minute. Okay. So this is the short method. We can have round as well as we have. We have already seen it. Okay. Now we are going to find the percolation time. Okay. With respect to 0.656 mm per minute. Because we have taken this one only. That's percolation rate. So we are going to find how much time it took with respect to 0.656 mm per minute. How much time it took for the water level to come below 25 mm. For the water table or the water level to come below 25 mm. Okay. So how to find is that 0.656 means 105 divided by 160 that we have found out equal to 25 divided by x. We have to find this x or the time. We are going to find the time taken for this 25 mm. For 105 mm it was 160 minutes. For 25 mm how much we are going to find out. So just equate this x is equal to 25 into 160 divided by 105. It is 38.095 minutes. So it took 38.095 minutes for the water level to come below 25 mm. You got my point? 0.095 minutes for the water table to come below 25 mm. Okay. Now we are going to table 7C to find out the real percolation rate. We are going to table 7 to find out the real percolation rate. Okay. So you take 38.095 minutes to bring below the water level 25 mm. Okay. So let's see. So this is table 7C. Time taken for water is 25 mm in minutes. For 1 minute it will be discussed 204. For 3 minutes it will be 118. For 10 minutes it will be 90. 15 minutes it will be 65. 30 minutes it will be 87. 45 minutes it will be 33. So what is our time? This 38 something, 38.095 something. For 30 minutes if it is 37, and for 45 minutes if it is 33, what will be the maximum rate of water for 38.095? That's we are going to find out. For 30 minutes, if it is 37, and for 45 minutes, if it is 33, what will be the percolation rate for 38.095 minutes? That is, we are going to find out. Okay. 38.095 minutes, what will be the percolation rate? That we are going to find out. From the table 7C, we have found out that for 30 minutes, percolation is 37 liter per meter square per day. For 45 minutes, it is 33 per liter per meter square per day. So therefore, for 38.095 minutes, what will be the percolation we are going to find out. Okay. So how to find out is that first you have to find the difference in time. 45 minus 30 is equal to 15 minutes. Difference in percolation will be 33 or 37 minus 33 equal to 4 liter per meter square per day. So for 15 minutes, it is 4 liter per meter square per day. So for 1 minute, how much it will be? For 15 minutes, if it is 4 liter, for 1 minute, how much it will be? 4 divided by 50. Okay, 4 divided by 50. Okay, that is the percolation for 1 minute. Now, time difference between this our value 38.095 and 30 minutes is 8.095 minutes. The time difference between our time and the 30 minutes is 8.095 minutes. So therefore, for 1 minute, if it is the rate is 4 by 15, then for 8.095 minutes, how much it will be? 8.095 into 4 by 15. Simple math. Okay. So 2.158 liter per meter square per day. Okay. 2.158 liter per meter square per day is the percolation for 8.095 minutes. For 8.095 minutes, it is 2.158. So for 38.095 minutes, how much it will be? We just add this 2.15 with this 30. Correct. So for 8.095 minutes, it will be 2.158 liter per meter square per day. Therefore, 38, how much it will be? 38, how much it will be? Just add this 30. For 30 minutes, you know, it is 37. Just add for this for 8 also. Then it will become 38.095. So from add this 2.158 with this 37, you will be getting, or you have to reduce it, not adding, you have to reduce it. Okay. Percolation rate for 30, because for 30 minutes if it is 37 and for 45 minutes if it is 33, okay, then you have to reduce it, right? Not you have to add it, you have to reduce it. The rate for 30 minutes minus rate of 8.095 minutes. Why? Because when the time increases, we can see the percolation decreases. That's why you are reducing this. Okay. So for 38, it should be less than 37. Correct. Because for 45, it is 33. So 38, it should be, anyways, it should be less than 37. So percolation for 38.095 minutes is equal to rate of 30 minutes minus rate of 8.095 minutes. That is 37 minus this 2.158 equal to 34.84 liter per meter square per day. So 34.84 liter per meter square per day is the percolation rate for our problem or our question. Okay. So we got the percolation rate. How much? 34.84. Okay. We got the percolation rate. Now we are going to find the size of the sock pit. For finding out the size of the sock pit, first we need to know the rate of water supply. So in the question it is given us 100 liter per capita per day. Okay. So now we are assuming only 80% of this 100 liter per capita per day is coming to the soak away pit. The rest 20% will be evaporating and all those things will be going. Okay. Only 80% from the septic tank is being overflown through to the soak pit. We are assuming like that. Okay. So 80% of 100 will be 100 into 80 divided by 100 is 80 liter per capita per day. So always you have to take only the 80% of the septic tank volume or septic tank water waste volume. Okay. So assuming only 80% coming to the soak away pit. So waste water effluent to soak away pit will be 80 liter per capita per day. So the total effluent from people will be how much? Number of people into 80. Number of people, how much? It is 20. It is given in the question, it is 20 number of people. So the total effluent per liter per day will be 80 into 20 is equal to 1600. So 1600 liter per day is the total effluent from the people. Now 1600 liter is been coming each day, okay, as an effluent. Okay. Now considering two number of sockaway pits, so we can consider we are constructing not one, two. We are constructing two. Okay. If you want to construct one also, no problem. Because this quantity is very large, we just consider two sockaway pits. So if you are considering two number of sockaway pits, this 1600 will be have to be divided by 2. That is 1600 divided by 2 equal to 800 liter per day. Okay, you got 800 liter per day for one sockaway pit. So you know the surface area is volume divided by percolation rate. That is a formula. Okay, the formula is volume divided by percolation rate. Okay, that is the surface area. Surface area is volume divided by percolation rate. The volume will be how much? How much liter is been coming each day? It is 800 liter for one one sockaway. It is 800 liter is coming, and percolation rate how much it was? We have for 34.84. So the surface area will be 22.96 meter square is the surface area of the sockaway pit. So the area we have already found out. Okay, the formula is volume by percolation rate. Volume you have already found out depending upon the rate of water supply. Okay, depending upon the application, it change. Okay, take its 80% as coming out from the septic tank to the sockaway pit. Now take its 80%, you'll be getting 80 LPCD. Now the total effluent will be this 80 LPCD. This is per day, per capita only, per one person only. Okay, 80. So if it is 20%, 20 into 80. So 1600. So you can find the dimension of the sockaway pit by using one sockaway or two sockaway. If the effluent that is coming from the people is very large, okay, we can consider two sockaways or three sockaways depending upon that. Okay, so considering two sockaways, we have divided into two. We got 80 liter per day. So surface area formula you already know it. This volume by percolation rate. Okay, so volume per day is 800 liter per day, and divided by percolation rate is, we have already found out the percolation rate by that 3-pit test. Okay, and we got 34.84, and we got the surface area as 22.96. Now we are going to find out the dimension. So the bottom area of the sockaway pit is not considering. So here when you are trying to find out the surface area and all, the bottom surface, okay, of the sockaway pit is not considering. So assume a size of sockaway pit is width of 2.5 meters square. Okay, just assume when the width, if you are trying to construct the width and the length of a square sockaway pit of length 2.5 meter. Okay, 2.5 meter. We need to know the depth. Correct. So perimeter of the sockaway pit will be how much? The sum of all the four sides. So you can change this square meter to 2.5 or 2 or 3 depending upon your wish. Okay, so normally 2.5 is the normally taken. Okay, so we are assuming, okay, we can construct a 2.5 meter square. We need to know the depth. Okay, so or we need to know this depth, how much depth we have to dig it. Okay, so instead of 2.5, if you are taking 2 meter also, no problem, but depending upon 2 meter, the depth will increase. Okay, that's the problem. So if you are giving, instead of 2.5, if you are giving 3 meter, the depth will be less. Okay, so for example, anyways, we are trying to give the length and width as 2.5 meter because it's a square, because both the sides will be same. If you are choosing 2.5 meter, the perimeter will be the sum of all the sides, right? 2.5 plus 2.5 plus 2.5 plus 2.5, or 2.5 into 4 is 10 meter. 10 meter is the perimeter. So you know the surface area will be perimeter into depth is the surface area. That is a normal formula where D is the depth in meter. So what will be the surface area? Okay, surface area will be perimeter into depth. Okay, and yeah, so perimeter into depth. So surface area you already know it. You have already found out 22.96. So you can write there 22.96 is equal to 10 into D, or 10 into D is equal to 22.96. From there, can you find out depth? Yes, 22.96 divided by 10 equal to 2.29. So say 2.3 meter. So the dimension of the soccer pit is 2.5 into 2.5 into 2.3. So number of soccer pits should be 2. Two number of soccer pits of 2.5 into 2.5 into 2.3. That is the that is how we will be finding out the soccer pit. So this is another question. This we don't want to do. This is for rainwater only. This we have already found out only. Okay, CIA, that formula only. Instead of the tank, we can give soccer pit also. Same formula only we been used here. So here this is the way to find out the soccer pit. Okay, very easy only. The one thing that you have to know is that you have to know the percolation rate. Okay, percolation rate to know, you have to go to the site and you have to find out the percolation rate, and in order to find out the surface area, divide the volume divided by percolation rate. Okay, so when you get this area, you can easily find out the depth or the size of the soccer pit. Okay, so it's very easy only. So this is about the soccer pit. So soccer pit or wastewater pit also, we can do it by the same formula. Okay, so we have studied about septic tank and we have studied about the soccer also. Okay, is there any doubt regarding the soccer pit? The only thing that you need to know is the percolation rate only. If at all, if there is percolation rate is not given in your or if you are not able to find it out, just give this one. Okay, 20 to 30 is the percolation rate that we can give. Okay. Okay. So if you didn't get the data, okay, site data, you can just choose according to the NBC says, like I think it's NBC. Yeah. In the absence of field data, percolation rate in between 20 and 30 can be assumed. Okay, 20 and 30 means it's very, percolation rate is very less only. It means very less only. You can see here. So if you are taking 20 or 30, it means that it takes approximately 45 to 50 minutes or 55 minutes to, percolate the water, for 25 minutes, 25 hours. Okay. So, yeah. So we are taking in a rate between 20 and 30. Okay. So if this is reducing, what happens is that the size of the tank will increase. Okay, the percolation rate is very less, that size of the tank will increase. The size of the tank will increase. So yeah, so the percolation has to be, the percolation rate has to be, good. Otherwise, if there is no percolation rate, we have to opt another option that is called as dispersion trench. Okay, that dispersion trench we will be studying tomorrow. How to do the dispersion trench and all. Okay, so yeah, tomorrow we'll be studying about dispersion trench and manifolds, etc. Then after that we'll be studying about the project and all those things. Okay, so yeah, so I think it's clear for you today. We have studied about the septic tank and sockaway pit. I think if there is no doubt, okay, regarding this. And last day I have already given you the Excel sheets and other tables and the related files through the Google Drive. Okay, I think, did you get it? Not just check in your mail. Okay, I have already sent the reference files and Excel sheets and all those things through the mail, through the Google Drive. Yeah, you got it. Okay, so you can download it and you can just practice it. Okay, so thank you so much. So we can see tomorrow. Okay, bye.